Everybody, this is Susan Elliott, author of Getting Past Your Breakup and Getting Back Out There. And I wanted to talk to you today about this episode in Judge Mathis that I watched last week. And you know that I sometimes do like these court TV kind of recaps and commentary. And sometimes episodes stay with me, and this particular one stayed with me because the man brought the case because the woman had a son and she had not given him the name. So he was trying to explain the situation to Judge Mathis, and while he's speaking, the woman's going, he cheated, he cheated, he cheated, he cheated, he cheated. And I'm always perplexed when I see cases like this, like, well, why did you stay with him? And she's saying things like, he just bounces from one woman to the other, you know, he's got 8 kids, and blah, blah, blah. And Judge Mathis was, you know, a bit appalled by this, like, you have 8 kids? And he was like, yeah. And Judge Mathis is like, you can't raise children, you know, 8 kids when you don't have, when you're not wealthy, because you're raising them in poverty, and then they're going to become criminals and be lost in the system. Like, it's just not fair to a child that they have 7 siblings. And it's like so true. It's like in the year 2016, there's no reason to have 8 kids that you cannot afford. It's not a sign of manliness, it's not a sign of anything. And women should be responsible for their own birth control. You know, it's like you have a man who doesn't take care of the kids that he has. You don't go get pregnant with him, you know, which is what she's saying she did. But she's saying he cheated. So here he is. He's got 8 kids that he can't take care of. He cheated all over the place on her. And what does she do? She gets pregnant. And this is not sanity. This is not a good decision. So he wanted a DNA test because he said that he did this home DNA test with him and the boy, and it turned out that he wasn't the father. So he wanted an official one. And Judge Mathis said to him, like, why didn't you show the DNA test to her? And he forgot it or lost it or whatever. I mean, everybody in this whole scenario is as dysfunctional as the day is long. But there's no excuse for this. And there's children here that are becoming innocent victims, and it's just not okay. So Judge Mathis was upset because the boy's now 5 years old and doesn't have his father's name. So Judge Mathis says to her, like, why doesn't he have the name? And she says, well, he didn't come and visit me for 3 days that I was in the hospital. So Judge Mathis goes, so what about a month later, or 6 months later, a year later, or 2 years later, 3 years? The kid's now 5. It's like everybody was acting like crazy. And there's no reason for this. It's like you can imagine the drama that's going on with all these players and the children who are just innocent victims in all of this. So anyway, it turns out the end of the episode is the baby's not his. So here we have a child, doesn't have his father, knows this man is his father. The father knows him as his son, but he's got 8 other kids that he has to worry about. The mother probably has no clue who the father is, and she's yelling that he cheated. Well, what were you doing? So obviously she was getting back at him for something, because this baby's 5 years old, has a father that's not hers. It's crazy. It's crazy. Melodramatic should not be played out when children are at stake. If you think, oh, here's Mr. Wonderful, cheats on everybody, has 8 kids, doesn't support most of them, or barely supports most of them, I have an idea. I think I'll get pregnant and tell him he's the father, whether he is or not. Because that's just how I'm going to roll. It's not okay. It's not good. It's not a way of life, and it's certainly not something you want to bring children into. Please think about this. Having a child with a cheater is no way to go. Stay safe. Practice birth control until you know that someone's going to be a good and healthy partner to you and a good and healthy parent, and they're not sharing their life with 8 other people that's when you decide to have a child, not just as the wind blows. So please stop using pregnancies and childbirth and all this other stuff to hold on to people that aren't worth a damn thing. Get your life straightened out. There's like way too many of these situations. As a therapist and as an attorney, I can tell you there's just way too. This woman and this man are not that unusual. I wish they were, but they're not. So please, it's 2016. Birth control is actually available. Please use it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.